Oh, axolotl scales. I'm trying to breed towards the axolotl. It's not working so well. It's a petal jellyfish again. But yeah, they're breeding, so that's nice, even if they don't come to anything in the end. They don't give me any more scales. That's fine. I feed these ones a bit more. See who wants to give me scales. Then thin them down a bit. You have scales. How nice of you. I did say that they gave scales only once, but I'm not sure how extra scales affects things. Have another goldfish. Eventually you will all be goldfish. Give scales for all the different types. I think we bred another golden one, look. You're a golden one. Oh no, you're a sunflower one. Okay. I'm gonna throw some more turnips that way, I think. Actually, no, I'm gonna throw some turnips in here. One in there and a couple of bits of food. These ones, I'm gonna throw them some food, see if any of them... Some of them look like they might not be quite fully 100%. And then I'm gonna thin them down and get them to breed again. It's sometimes hard to keep track of exactly which one you just clicked on to get scales off to sell, but... I think we fill the pond with them and then we whittle them back down. We're getting there with our 100. We're nowhere near with the black and the pink though. Oh, they're breeding. They're doing something. What did we get there? Another ocean one? Another ocean one would be useful. Ocean Rilly egg. Yeah. Cool, but what we're trying to get is whatever that one is. Which one's at capacity? That one and that one. And that one. All of them. Oh, a medallion color. Catfish, where is it? In here. It's under there. Yes. Yes, and if we get enough medallion fish, we can get axolotls. Nice. So, medallion, pine and ocean. I'll just keep them all together, I guess. And then hopefully we can get a second medallion. And once we get that, we can get another axolotl going. I wonder if the idea that they're losing their tails is like starting to get towards the axolotl thing. Because don't axolotls grow their tails back when they lose them and stuff? I'm sure that's the thing. I'm going to feed these guys a little bit. See if we can get some more white scales. Then I'm going to change them over to blues. So if I can get 100 scales off them, then we're done. And I need blue and pink. In fact, getting some more scales in here wouldn't hurt. I'm guessing that they won't breed if... Oh no, we got 2 medallions now. Yes. Yes, yes. Let's feed them up and get them to breed together. So. You. So. Let's feed you lots of turnips and see if we can get an axolotl to come out. They can just sit there. I'm going to sell a couple of these pine ones. We don't need as many as we have. Especially the ones that look really big and fat. feed them a little bit just so that I can get any scales off them. Because we are very much trying to get scales at the moment. Gonna feed these guys and see if there are any more scales to be had, but maybe not. Oh, loads of pink scales off you. Wonderful. I've got a few scales here. Green one. Some black scales off the Umbra. Yellows. Feed them a bit more again. Gonna feed these. I'll throw them a couple of treats as well. Throw those two a treat. Some treats in this pond too, couldn't I? Enjoy your treats. There we are. Many, 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 many scales. Lovely. So we're getting there with the axolotls. Oh, you didn't have many. You didn't have many. All right, let's throw some treats in there for them. There they go. They're making an egg. It's, I think it's another one of them. A medallion rilly. I don't know whether we have to have pure medallions to make an axolotl or whether a rilly axolotl can still make it, whether the rilly catfish can still make an axolotl. I don't know. Also with the jellyfish, we should be trying at the moment to get towards the cuttlefish. So I need the sunflower and glacier to be breeding together. I haven't been doing much with that lately. Axolotl ice color. Gee, yes, axolotl. We has one. Now we just need two. So I'll just keep feeding them in here, and hopefully we'll get two. Enjoy. Make me another axolotl, and then I can get them breeding. That would be amazing. Right, over here, I feel like I need to sell a few of these bigger ones. Are they all massive? They all look pretty massive to me. That one looks a bit smaller. All right, now I'm going to feed them a bit and then get some more white scales. And then that'll fill up, free up that pond for me to do more interesting things with. There's my axolotl, look. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, there's another axolotl egg. Beautiful. Right, that means you can all come down here. Go in there. 95 scales. So what I'm hoping is that they will breed me another little white one. Snow. I think it's called snow color. And throw you in there. Right, so now I've just got 2 axolotls in there, I think. Yes. I'm gonna give them some food. And hopefully they will grow up and breed. He's got a bit over the top in here, didn't he? Maybe I overfed them a bit. We got a bit carried away with that one. All right, let's have a look here. So jellyfish scales still very much needed. So I'm going to just feed them a little bit in here and see what comes out. Some of these are not fully grown, so there's definitely more scales to be had. Loads of little eggs in there. Perfect. They're the wrong color. That pond is very much oversubscribed. Oops. So what can we do about that? We can thin this down a bit. I'm going to take a white one away. And a blue one. You've got about 4 citrine ones, so I'll take one of those away. I always want them to, you know, just in case I need to breed them again or something. I always want to keep a few. And I want to keep my golden ones because you don't get those very often. I'm still on 36 to 36 there. Wow. What I need is to get the next shop level. I'm trying, but everything's taking longer and longer all the time. Right, I'm gonna give you guys some food so you grow up and give me the things I need. Hey! We has the axolotl scales. Sorry. I have some jellyfish scales. I'm gonna need to properly sort them out in a minute, I think. So this one needs... Oh, okay. Yeah, we can just use the axolotl scales that we've got. Very good. Okay. That's absolutely perfect. I want them in a place where they can mutate. That's great. So gold, blue, and black. We have got that coming in from there. I would love to have this pond because it looks massive. I don't have nearly enough money for it though. This one is red and green axolotl scales. Black axolotl scales. Oh, I'm guessing the reason these are probably cuttlefish. So it's because I don't have the right species to open them up. I know. They're all at full capacity. Except for the axolotl ones. I have so many fish. Let's sell a couple of these. Let's sell a gummy. And a blue one. And I'm going to feed them a little bit. I want their scales. I want them to breed, ideally. And the little one to give me his scales. We still don't have 100, do we? We're still sat there on 95 scales. Alright, that means I can move the blue ones into here. Oh, there are some scales in here. Very nice. I just need like a few more black scales. I'm gonna put some more food in here and then they can grow up and hopefully give me more scales. Yay. Okay. You grew up and gave me some scales. Lovely. You just keep on trucking, you little axolotls. All right, so axolotl breeding, we got ice, and that can go into iron and another different type. So if I have a quick look at them, we need to put ice and iron together. Ice and ice can make iron, and then ice and iron can make something else. Oh. Aha! Finally, we have all the scales we need. Just need some black scales. Got any in here? No, sadly. Right, so I'm going to sell all the white fish in here. I'm going to move some blue fish into this tank. Or this pond even. Some of the smaller ones actually. And I'm going to feed them up nicely. And hopefully we'll have a few black scales from that. We only need 5. My iron axolotl there. I still don't have all of the different catfish. Or do I? Do I have them all now? Yes, I do. I do. I've got all of the catfish. So now we need to get 3 more jellyfish and open up the cuttlefish. And then the axolotls, and then we need to do all of the cuttlefish. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Man. So many. Okay, we're up to 17 black scales. Quite enough, but we'll just keep breeding up these black ones. I'm going to feed these guys as well, just in case any of them aren't quite fully grown. They've got passive growth, but that doesn't mean that they don't all need food to make scales. Trying not to overfeed them though. I need more green scales as well, don't I? Green, yellow, and blue. Okay, that's enough blacks. Enough black scales. Just need a few green scales now. Well, in that case, let's sell these ones. And let's move the pine ones into here. Let's make them make some eggs. New order available. Extraordinary. The refractive index of these scales is off the charts. It wants 25 white jellyfish ones. I think that'll have to wait until after the pond is ready. I haven't been able to do much with the jellyfish, so I'm feeling like I might want to sell a couple of the basic ones. So there's room in this pond for them to breed. I don't have another big pond for them, sadly. What do we need to do in terms of breeding for these guys anyway? So let's see. So we've got the petal that can have some kind of mutation. So I would like to put them into the mutation pond at some point. I've got my gold one. I need to feed an axolotl the gold one as well. Okay. So I need the sunflower and the glacier to breed together. I have so many axolotl. I don't have ponds for them though. It's just so annoying. All right, let's have less catfish everywhere, shall we? So let's put a few catfish in here. Let's put all of them in there actually, and then I'll thin that pond out completely. I'll just have a pair of everything. All right, so how are we doing up here? We have a lot more than we should. way more than we should. So let's start to thin them out a bit. So let's I'll take away one of those. Maybe one of these. One of the snow ones. That one's got scales. Beautiful. Aha, sustainable scales is done. How are we doing now? 40 out of 36. So we need to get rid of another 4. So I'll do one of the jellies. So we've got 2 of them. One of the pines. We don't have many snows left at this point, do we? Lots of zebra tails snows. I'm kind of trying to keep one of everything, aren't I? And that doesn't always work. So let's get rid of that one. 37. Okay, so we've got 800 gold now. That's full of algae. That's wonderful. So we want to feed these to get more... Oh, I was trying to get more green scales, wasn't I? Well, let's do it anyway. Let's feed them all up. And then I'll sell some of them. Right, how are we doing in here? Feed them a bit and we'll see what happens. Hopefully some of them will decide to... So we still want the ices to breed together to try and get the mutation. Like there might be a zebra one or something. Have we got that and the jellyfish? No, the petal one and the... Oh, actually, no, the... We needed an ice and an iron to go together, I think. Yeah, okay. What egg is that? It's another iron. At least we're getting lots of axolotl scales out of this, if nothing else. Okay, good stuff. I've completed enough orders to level up the shop. Oh, perfect. So now I can have extra in the pond. I don't know what a new food type does. Pellets versus flake. Like, how does that make a difference? Who knows? Just gonna check if a pond, if we're close to any of the ponds being... Oh, actually. Yes. If we had 1,000 gold, I could unlock that other pond. And we should definitely try and do that. I'll sell the big fishies in here. What's this order for? I've asked my old pond's looking a bit empty, like a ship without a sail. And you want 5 petal jellyfish. Oh, okay. Let's just feed the jellyfish. You should be able to get them. That shouldn't be difficult. I'll feed you to grow you up a bit. We got nothing particularly new, I don't think. So what I'd like to do if I can is to start to move the axolotls. Maybe I'll sell a couple of them as well, actually. Or but maybe 2 into there. And they can breed in there if they want, but I want the guaranteed kind of mutation here, and I want to just keep it very controlled. You can have like a root veggie each. You can have a turnip each. Enjoy your turnip. Come on, you can do it. I'll just feed these guys down here. So we've got some scales on these ones. Nice, 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 nice. And I'm looking to get 25 white jellyfish scales. I have 22 at the moment. But I also kind of need quite a lot for my pond as well, so... Oh yeah, we got loads now. Wonderful. They're doing a great job. Right, I'll feed them a bit more. Right, I want to sell these fish. I know I'm selling the babies, but at the same time, it's like, I'll never get rid of them otherwise if I keep trying to thin them down and take ages over it all. Right, what did you lay? You laid an iron and an iron. Wonderful. Not what I wanted at all. So we're going to throw those over there. And we are going to tidy out your pond, as it got a bit algae-y. And I'm going to give you another 2 things to eat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. Okay, I should be able to start collecting these. I'll give them a bit more food as well. But that should be enough for this pond. Yay! And this one needed like yellow ones and stuff. That probably would have been a bigger pond, but never mind. Okay, let's start throwing. Let's zoom out actually a lot more. Start throwing things into the recycler. Oh, actually, I could probably just throw them in there, couldn't I? That is actually quite convenient. I have completed enough orders to level up the shop again. Nice. Do I have any of those in stock? I might do eventually, but give me some time. $30 black axolotl. Wow, I've got so much more to do for that. I am coming up to 2 hours. I'll do maybe up to 2.5 on this. And then we'll probably give it a rest. I'm hoping that by the time we wrap up, we'll have cuttlefish. I think we have different type of axolotl here. Got a lake axolotl, so we need I think iron and lake together. Maybe we'll do, no, lake does those 2 and iron does that one. Let me just have a quick look at them. Lake plus lake, lake plus lake. Okay, then iron, iron, ice, iron, iron. Right, okay. So all these little lake ones need to stay together while everyone else hangs out over here. Yeah, that's the way. And we'll just feed them and they can start making other axolotls. There's way too many in the passive growth pond though. Increased eggs. Okay. Why don't we put... Did it say 2 irons together were needed for certain things? So we'll feed them in there. I'll take your scales. May as well feed them in here. Nice red scales from you. Right, so this one doesn't need white scales. This one doesn't need, that needs axolotl scales. That one needs axolotl scales. Hey, these are treats. Live in acorns. Clean out their pond as well. Do you like acorns? Is there anything else I've missed? Probably. Too busy focusing on the breeding side of things, really, to... Jellyfish and jellyfish. Green and red. Okay. Trying to unlock as many ponds as I can. I'm not very good at the jellyfish stuff at the moment, though. Although it's asking generally for more jellyfish stuff rather than like loads of catfish stuff, which is quite nice. That away. So we've got another lake one, sadly, there. I think I overfed them there. Blue scales, sure. Jellyfish are doing great over here. They're just like living in their best little extra scale life. Jellyfish, I still need to get the sunflower and the glacier together in one little pond. But there's only, you know, this is the breeding pond and there's only so many I can have in there at once, and la la la. Sorry. I always feel bad when I like take them out of the water. Hey, you did nothing wrong. Oh, we got a moss axolotl. Perfect. I guess the egg is around here somewhere. And level up the shop again. Like, I'm leveling it up so fast I can't afford anything. Hey, that's my moss egg. Okay, how close are you to being hatched? Gotta wait a while. Okay. Let's have a look at our axolotl breeding program. So the jellyfish are how I'm going to get the cuttlefish. I think. Yeah, they are. So I really do need to get back onto the jellyfish, to be honest. So I'm going to sell a few axolotls. I'm going to feed them all in here and just see if any of them come up with some scales. And then I'm going to sell a lot of them. Trying to see if I can get anything out of those iron ones as well. But I kind of really do feel like I need to get back into the whole jellyfish breeding stuff. So let's sell a couple of the ice ones. How much do they go for? Quite a bit compared to the... Still need to get rid of one. 744 804. Yeah, they sell for a really good amount. Right, back to jellyfish breeding. So I want one of these blue ones and one of these yellow ones. We want to see if we can try and get something better happening with them. At the moment, they kind of suck. Have a treat. So we're trying to mutate into whatever is next here. So these two. And then I'm hoping that I can then get those two. And then we can just go back to working on the axolotl, and we can start working on the cuttlefish at that point as well. But it's still got a bit to go with the axolotl. So you can see you've got the iron ones need to go into something. The lake one needs to have another mutation. And then the moss one will have another mutation. I need to turn one to gold. I might do that now, actually. One of you want to be a golden one? You can race for it. There you go. Enjoy. Golden axolotl found. Amber jellyfish. Finally. Yes. Good stuff. Well done, jellyfish. It would be nice to have things like more room. So we've got purchasing unlocks this new tool type. The vortex tool can be used to clean up algae and debris. I think I could open that. So I can just use it whenever, I guess. Oh yeah, here it is. Vortex tool. Okay, I want to sort of try and keep breeding these axolotl, but also keep selling them as well. It's not asking me for fish very often anymore, which is quite nice. I like my little amber jellyfish there. Now, I need to think about what I'm doing with my jellyfish breeding. So let's have a look. The amber would go to a cuttlefish potentially. But I probably would need another one, wouldn't I? So let's scan it and see. So if I want a cuttlefish, I need to put 2 ambers together. And I need a sorbet and an amber to get the other one. Okay. So what I'm guessing then is that this is sorbet and this is whatever else. So I think sunflower and glacier together would make sorbet. No, they just make amber. Okay. Sunflower and glacier. Sunflower and sunflower gives sorbet. Right, so I need sunflower and sunflower together to make a sorbet. And then I need, actually, what I want to do is make another amber. So I'm going to move amber out. I'm going to bring glacier back in. So we're going to try and make a second amber because we need the cuttlefish. So let's feed you a bit. See if we can get you to make another amber one. And then we can get the 2 ambers together, try and make a cuttlefish. And then we can get 2 sunflowers together to make a sorbet. You can have some food as well. What else do I want to do in the meantime? Let's feed the axolotls a bit. Wow, how many of those have been born and not mutated? That's crazy. I'll sell some of the big ones. Are these amber eggs or are they sunflower eggs? Sadly, they're sunflower eggs, so we'll need to go again. And that one is a glacier egg. So we didn't get any mutations that time. Throw those back into the jellyfish pond. Not sure what exactly happened there. Give them some food. Guys, some food. Maybe we'll get a mutation sometime. If not, then I'll put the iron ones into the mutating pool. Oh, you just decided to sneak over there, did you? That's what you did. I thought I'd lost it, but no, it was sneaking off in the axolotl pool. Make me another amber, please. No, they made a blue and a sunflower, I think. Glacier and a sunflower. They made another one. Another sunflower. Ah, amber. Perfect. Right, so now we can move them. And all the eggs. Move the amber back in there. And then once that little one hatches, then we can try and start making cuttlefish. Hoping maybe for something to happen over here, but you know, it's what we're trying to get is a skunk pattern on them. It's not important to have, but I'd like to see it. You know something? That doesn't have those. I have way too much in that pond, though. My goodness me. Only meant to be 16 in there. This one's just as bad. A couple of things that can be sold, I think. Okay, I think we're getting there now with these growing up. So these amber jellyfish are what will make us our cuttlefish. So then I'm trying to make a mutation out of the petals. We're going to want to try and put the sunflowers together to get a sorbet. The sorbet to get whatever that is. So we're not too far away. Take a bit of time. I'm not worrying too much about the orders and things for the shop at the moment. I'm just trying to unlock everything. So there's level 8 and then level 10. I don't have too many more unlocks to do, to be honest. 5 blue jellyfish. I put a little bit of food in here. I do need to sell some of them though, because... Ooh! Ooh, we got our cuttlefish. We did. It's done. It is done. It's this one. Cuttlefish egg. Right, we need to thin down the axolotls, I think. I'm keeping on trying. I'm trying to get the skunk pattern. Right, I need them not to be like breeding like crazy in there. So I'm going to throw them in here where they won't breed. Then I will thin the pond out. Oh, it won't let me. I live in there with the axolotls. Although actually that's a bit silly, isn't it? Because I will need 2. I always forget this. I will need 2 for breeding. So let's feed them a bit more. Couple of treats. I'm just going to pop you, Mr. Cuttlefish, into here. And I'm actually going to sell all of the... I'm going to sell all the axolotls in here. I can always breed more. No idea what that is. So yeah, we got the cuttlefish in there. Feed you some more treats. Enjoy your treats. I wonder if there's this pond we can grab yet. Oh, hang on. We've got a passive growth pond over here that I have not even used. So if we get a lily pad in there, one of these monsters in there, and then one of these guys in there as well. Yeah, that's great. And we've got 1,500 now. So in the shop, can we... Oh, hang on. 1,000. And I could unlock reeds. Oh, that's wonderful. And I nearly then have enough for pellets as well. Let's do reeds first. And then I could do pellets. It just says new food type, and I don't know what it does. So it makes me very much less likely to want to use it. Oh, here we are. Cuttlefish is go. So let's grab these ones and pop them in here. And then the cuttlefish can just start breeding with themselves. Perfect. Let's start your breeding program. How are we doing for this one? Well, we're kind of getting there-ish. So what's this passive growth? So what do we need? We need a... let's have a look at what scales we get off them. So blue and white off that one. White and pink off that one. Red and yellow from that one. Amber one. So what are we wanting? Black, blue, and yellow. Should I see one with black? That one. The gold jellyfish has black. And so does the sunflower. Okay. And move some sunflowers into here. I think I still had a breeding for the sunflowers as well. That needed to be done. Can I feed you some acorns, maybe? There, enjoy your acorns. And we shall see. So yellow and blue. Okay, so we do need some blue as well. But I'll work on the yellow and black first. Why do I keep, like, messing up the orders? That's awful. Yay, I can level up the shop again. I keep clicking on the crosses. I've done it a couple of times now. Annoying myself with that. 5 catfish scales. What? Why did I reject that? That's awful. What am I doing? Cuttlefish. Jellyfish sorbet. Woohoo. I'll be in here, won't it? They'll have done it in here. I think. Yeah. Perfect. Very good. Sure. Sure. Fairy cuttlefish. 8 of them. Fairy? Oh, fairy cuttlefish. Right. I need to do a little bit of sorting out for that. So let's scan these and see what we can get from them. Cobalt or cobalt is fairy or radioactive. Okay. So we'll just keep them going breeding then, I guess. They've all grown up, so we should start to get some eggs now. It looks like the first 2, I can't remember actually. Did we have, I think we had 3 anyway. So they didn't breed. Grab your scales. Green, blue, and white, which is quite nice. They're just kind of chilling in there. I don't feel like we need to use the increased egg pond for these anymore. What jellyfish breeding do we need? Now, I need to see what we're missing. So we need petals and we need sorbet and amber together, I think. So let's try that once the sorbet hatches, which it has done. So let's go grab that and take that over here. Oh. I lost it. Which means where has it gone? It better not have gone in the vortex. I'll cry. Is that one sorbet? Just gonna look at it. Yeah, that's it. It looks like these ones, but it's got like a purple. It's purple and pink instead of purple and white. Okay, let's feed them up a little bit and see if we can get the next one. So we just have that one missing one, and then we need to get the petals to see if we can get the. It's like a glass pattern on them, so I need to try and get that done. Oh, we've got a fairy. Very nice. Very nice indeed, and a radioactive. Nice. So for cuttlefish, we've done fairy and radioactive. So I don't think we need the cobalt in there anymore. They can go live somewhere else. I might just thin down this pond as a bit more of a storage pond. I don't think we particularly need it. We've done all of the catfish now, and it's not really asking for many scales from them. So I think we're pretty much done. I'm going to sell a few things. And then I can like store some of my cuttlefish and things over there. So cobalt cuttlefish, and there you go, and you go. Because I think I want the radioactive and the fairy to breed together. I'm going to try and see if I can get that to happen. How's this one going? I need a couple more. Okay, let's feed these guys a little bit, because hopefully then we can get some scales and maybe do the same with these guys. I don't know if the blue ones, I might have to specifically try and breed up blue ones to get the scales I need, but goodness, could we do with some more space. Like that one. Pink and yellow axolotl scales. I don't even know if we have that kind of axolotl. Oh, that blue one. Nice. I needed, what, 10? 20. Ugh. How are we doing now? 12. We've got 10 of 10 of the black. 12 of 20 of the yellow, and then 8 of 20 of the blue. Okay, that's fine. Right, so the sorbet just made more sorbet and amber. That's fine. Let's feed them some more. Let's feed these guys. I know it's at full capacity. I should probably actually sell some of these. Feed them a little bit more, and then hopefully we'll get some more yellow scales out of that. Whew. I want to feed one of the cuttlefish. Make it gold, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. The catfish will eat it instead. Like, let's put it over there and see if that one eats it. Hey, there we are. Gold cuttlefish. So we have 4 more cuttlefish to find. We're nearly at 2.5 hours as well. 4 more axolotls to find. We found all the catfish. 1 more jellyfish, which is the amber and sorbet combo, which we're trying to do in here. It isn't working too well. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. We'll see. These guys are not breeding. Come on, do your thing. Enjoy. Get some food in you. Maybe it takes a while for the cuttlefish to grow up. Oh yeah, they're grown up now. Put a little bit of food in for them and just see if they will breed now. Some more scales. And some more scales there. Are there any more in this one? Yes, some more scales in here. Right, let's see how close we are to getting this unlocked. Still need another 8 yellow and another 10 blue. That's another 3 yellow. Feed them a little bit. And I wanna... Let's put some food in here, see what happens. Put food in there, see what happens. So what have we got in terms of eggs here? That's another sorbet egg. We're trying our best to get the sorbet and the amber to breed together, but what I might be ending up doing is getting amber and amber breeding and then sorbet and sorbet breeding. I'm not controlling it very well. Ah, the cuttlefish finally breed. And I think we're getting more fairies. Sadly. But fairy and fairy together might give us a tropical one, so I'm happy to let them stay, actually. Let's have a look at radioactive. Yeah, radioactive and radioactive give me an onyx as well. Okay. I'm just going to feed you and see what happens. Same in this pond for now, and then I'm going to maybe try and just calm them down a bit. Right, so let's... Oh, good. We got some blue and some yellow there. How close are we now for this pond? Just need some more blue. This pond is really overdone though. Let's just sell the sunflower ones because the sunflowers kind of have their own pond anyway. And maybe a couple of the ambers. We don't need as many as we have. And then a couple of the petals. Because what I really want is more blue scales so we can get another pond going. Desperately need that, so... Okay, so what I could do actually is I could try and breed blues in here. Ah! I got electrocuted. Got very proper electrocuted. So I'm going to sell some of the yellow ones because I've got enough yellow scales now. And actually those two sorbets because I've got plenty of sorbet ones as well. So just get some blue ones to breed up in there. This is not working very well. Okay. How are we doing over here then? A bit of algae there that we shouldn't have. I got very annoyed that I was there, sadly. Just let them breed and see what happens. So I've got 2 radioactives and quite a few fairies now. Fairy cuttlefish are actually something that will give me a lot of gold, so I'm going to try and breed them up anyway. So I'm not too worried. Let's see if we can bring them some more treats from some of the other bushes. Cuttlefish scales. 5,000 for that pond, but it's a big pond. So it's really going to be a case once I've bred everything I need to breed that we'll just be starting to try and farm. Just keep a pair of everything and then try to farm up the scales I need for things. Probably won't need so many catfish. This pond looks like it'll be a game changer though. It looks like it's big. But it's taking a lot. So let's see how we're doing with the pond over here. Not very well, apparently. Not breeding at all. Let's clean it out and sort it out. It's always something I need to be looking at there. Like, genuinely. All right, let's thin this down a bit. Sell a couple of the ambers. Sell a couple of the sorbets. And give them a bit more food. Got a lot of fairy eggs. We've got a lot of radioactive eggs. We've got not a lot of mutations happening in here. So I'm just going to keep the cuttlefish in here and hope. I need more mutation ponds than I have, don't I? The mutations are just not happening. So I've got this one mutation for the jellyfish here. One for the petals. I've got a load of axolotl ones still to do. Catfish is all done. I really, really want to just get the rest done, but it's taking ages. All right, so we've got some nice fancy blue ones in here. So I should be able to open up that other pond, and that's going to be helpful. Does it say what it does? Fast growth, which isn't the best, but it'll do. gonna start maybe giving some of the fairy cuttlefish in for this big boost in money. So that's 3. I'm gonna feed them a little bit, and then I'm also going to give them some treats. Oh, we got something. We got something. That is different. Hang on. We got the onyx. Very nice. So the fairy and radioactive together gives you like a different patterned one. And I'm struggling to get that one. But the fairies together should give me something. And then onyx with whatever that resulting one is should give me something else. Anything happened over here? No. Yeah, they're doing a great job of breeding. I'm just trying to keep on top of them. Well, loads more radioactive ones. It's hard to know what the eggs are sometimes. Because they're all the same colour. Yeah, they're doing great in there. Brilliant. This pond here takes 5k. But I might not be that far away from actually being able to do it if I can get enough of those fairy cuttlefish. And this one is a calm fish bonus. Oh, that'd be ideal to keep cuttlefish in then. Ooh, we got some new blue scales. Very good. Is it enough? Still not quite. I feed them a bit though. We're close. We're very close. Throw that in the vortex. I need like 1 or 2 more just to give me some blue ones. Oh, 18. Are you kidding me? Come on. Get this pond done. I know we can. And I'll have more room to do all these plans I have for everything. Okay, let's get it. Now, can I use my new vortex ability? How cool is that? I love it. Cool. Got vortex down here to use as well. And I can fill it with nice tasty things and see how much we're actually going to be able to put in here. I'm going to keep going for a little bit because I feel like we're so close to having this done. All right, vortex it. Maybe this will be another 2-parter, I don't know. So that's got 10. I'm going to move some flowers and things over from other ponds. I haven't put reeds in anything, have I? We've unlocked reeds and I've not put them in. Just realized that. Should have them in every pond. There we are, lovely. We've got 4 different types of plant that are increasing our maximum size of things. One in there, I think, as well. Great. Excuse my alarm. That's telling me I need to take my pills, but that's fine. We'll carry on for a little bit. I'll go get myself something to snack on and take my pills. That'll be fine. Now then, we don't need to put so many blue. I'll put one over there just in case. I'm going to sell the rest of the blue ones. They're in here. All the scales we needed there. What do I do for the cuttlefish? I'd love them to have their own little calm pond. I'm just going to give them, because it takes ages for them to calm down, and then ages for them to decide they want to breed and stuff. So I want to get enough of those pink ones. So I need another 5 of them, and I only have 4 total, I think. So if they could breed a little bit and get me another 5, then I'd get 4,000 for them, and that'd be amazing. Everything's so squished, though. The axolotls are so squished. And so what I think I'm going to do now, since I can have 18 things in there, I'm going to move some of my jellyfishes over. To the growth pond over there. And then I'm actually going to move some of the right, let's see what jellyfish have I got still to do. Sorry, I think there's just the petals need to keep mutating, keep going until they mutate, and then also then the sorbet and amber need to breed together. All right. So I'm going to make this the breeding pond for the fish. I'm going to put a load of food in for them. Sorry, for the jellyfish. The axolotls will just have to wait a minute, I think. I think I have enough fairy cuttlefish now. Do we have enough pieces of cuttlefish scales now? I need 3 more white, 5 more green, and then loads more blue. Okay. What colors do you give? Blue, green, and white. Okay. I'm feeling like I'd like to sell all of these. Just to make some room. And I'm going to move my cuttlefish into here. Which you've calmed down. My golden one as well. We're just gonna feed you and let you breed in there as well. That one's maxed now. Okay, so I'm going to collect a couple more of these fairy ones. Oh, they just did a breed. Nice, 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 nice. That's another fairy one. Perfect. I don't feel so bad. Right, there we are. So we've got some more reputation. Shop rep will be finished in one order's time. And now I have enough money to buy this big pond here. Which will make a big difference, hopefully. I just got a new pond. They want 8 crimson catfish. Well, they've certainly done a lot of breeding in here, and they've certainly not managed at all to get the stuff I wanted. Sad times. So yet again, I'm going to sell all the way down. One second, I've got the wrong ones together, haven't I? It needs to be a sorbet, and I've got the other ones. That's why that is not working. A waste of my time, wasn't it? I could have told you I'd make that mistake, though. All right, see how you go now. Now you're the proper ones. Although when they were in that pond, they didn't do very well. I think I have the right ones in there, though. Got some new baby ones in here. Little baby onyxes, I think they are. What have we got in here? So, cuttlefish wise, still trying to get the radioactive and fairy to breed together. I'm just trying to get the, I just really want to get the scales though. And the ones in here should give me the scales I need. So as long as I feed them nicely, I can get myself a nice big cuttlefish pond. Calm fish would be very useful. It'll stop them doing that whole like smoky thing they do. I'm thinking of moving the onyx out because at the moment that has nothing it can breed with, I don't think. Unless it breeds with itself or something. Onyx and tropical. So yeah, it can only breed with tropical. There's no point having that in a breeding pond. Nice. Ooh, cyano. Very nice. Oh, that's the jellyfish. Oh, have they finally managed it over here? They have. Yes, very good. That's the last jellyfish we needed. So I'm going to throw all these guys back into this pond over here. That's the cyano, is it? So, and then I'm going to try and get the final jellyfish, which is actually lots of these guys. Yeah, there's some food, and then we'll see if we can get that. So it's going to be a kind of, you know, like the tiger stripe one. It'll be like a mutation like that. These guys a bit more food. And these ones a bit more food. So in terms of cuttlefish, we're still looking at getting the radioactive and fairy to breed together. Once I have that, the fairies need to breed together to get the tropical. Then we can breed the tropical and onyx together. There's only a couple more breeds we need from it. Right, let me go and see how we're doing for scales. We need 4 more green and a lot more blue. Okay. Just going to keep this going. The axolotls could have some food too. I just feel like they don't have much room. Honestly though, now the jellyfish have moved, the axolotls could have the jellyfish pond. So let's see what we want to breed in terms of axolotl. So I want the irons to breed together. Okay. I'll get a couple of irons. I'll throw them in there. I'll give them something to eat. Ooh, leopard pattern cuttlefish. Very nice. That is the one I think that's the fairies and the radioactives together, right? think so. So, if that's the case, it is indeed. We've got leopard spots on that one. I need to get the fairies all together. So, what we need to do here is grab any scales somebody want us to grab. Maybe sell one. A couple of these large cobalt ones. And then I want to start moving and possibly selling slightly some of the radioactive ones. Actually, let's sell the bigger ones and let the smaller ones grow up. So what we now want is just to have the little pink fairy ones, and they would like to, I'd like to get them to breed together to make a tropical. There's too many of these at the moment, so let's sell you. You look full grown. You look full grown. And we're supposed to be getting some crimson fish as well. I'll throw some food in there and see what happens. I don't know about any of these other ponds. I've got, what, now 2 or 3 ponds to grab. I need like 10 more red axolotl scale. Loads of black axolotl scale, so we don't have enough axolotl stuff going on here at all. Ooh, tropical colored. Oh, we already got it. Nice. Axolotl. Cuttlefish. Right. So we need an onyx and a tropical together. We're still really short of blue scales though, sadly. So I'm going to need to start moving the fairy ones over here. I know it's really overdone. Then I want to move the onyx into there so we can get our final cuttlefish done. Then I can just throw them all into their pond once it's ready. So just want to scan them. I want to see which ones give me blue. It is that one. It's the onyx and a little bit the radioactive. I just need to keep feeding them in here, growing them up and selling them. That big radioactive one there, that's sold. Fairy one can get sold now. It's basically I need to try and take the scales off them and then immediately sell them. That's an onyx one in there. Once I can actually see again. Although it might be a good idea just to have those two in there together. So let's give them the turnips so that the tropical can grow up. I can move all the cuttlefish into that big pond over there once it's ready. 30. Yeah, you're definitely... I think we're going to get a 2-parter of this, honestly. Because I'm at the point now, it's so close to finishing that I'm like, oh, I may as well finish it. You know? But it's going to be probably a 3 to 4 hour demo. And they're looking lovely. Is that like a golden one? I can't tell. Yeah. I want to sell some of these because we've got a really oversubscribed pond here. One of the amber ones can go. One of the sorbets can go, and one of the blue ones can go. And then I'll feed them. And hopefully they won't breed if their pond is full, but you never know with them, really, do you? I'll feed them a bit and see if we can get that mutation going. If not, I'll use the mutation pond. These are just not doing what I want them to do at all. They're supposed to be getting me... I think they're supposed to be getting me a pattern or something. Wow, in that whole thing, I got 1 blue scale. Great. Right, the tropical's grown up, so hopefully we should get that one soon. I've got 18 out of 30 blue scales now, 12 more to go. Keep feeding you, see what we can get. Yeah, I'm still not getting very far with the axolotls at all. They just did a breed. I think they did another... Hey, Cuttlefish Gumball. The first breed they did in there, and they did it. Bloomin' perfect. Well done. Is that all the Cuttlefish done? Yes, it is. So, out of my breeding pond. Get out of my breeding pond now. Get in there. Give me scales, and then you can have a big pond. So we need 10 more blue scales. And they can have a nice big pond to live in. Right, in the meantime, I want to get these iron axolotls in here. And I want to be seeing what we can do with them. The axolotls have literally no room. So they need this is probably meant to be their pond, right? The jellyfish managed to make a blue jellyfish. Well done. I'm trying. They're supposed to be making whatever that is. So it's the petal ones. They need to mutate. So if I show you, the percentage chance is 10% to make a glass version of themselves. Which we have yet to do. So we found all the cuttlefish now. All of the catfish. So it's axolotls and jellyfish just to finish off now. And the jellyfish only have 1 to do. So we just got to get these axolotls going. So I'm going to just keep feeding them and see if we can get any more. Any more blue scales. Nothing yet. Okay, put a couple more foods in. Feed these guys. Hey, we got the skunk axolotl. Yeah. What we needed. All right then, so let's find the egg. I can. Where is it? That one. Look, it's got this little line down its back. It's skunk pattern. So skunk pattern, you can go in there. The rest of you can get sold. I need the room. So now we have finished. Okay, so we've still got 3 more axolotls to find. We finished all the catfish. We finished all the jellyfish bar 1. We've got some axolotls to find, and we finished all the cuttlefish. So I'll keep going with the jellyfish in the pond they're in. I'm going to try and get the cuttlefish their own nice pond. Let's see if we can get enough blue. Let them calm down a bit. enough blue scales yet for them, but I don't think we have. We're on 23. Okay. So I feel what I want to do is sell a couple of these. One radioactive one. Let's sell actually a couple of the radioactives because there's like billions of them. I'll sell. I've only got one fairy. Although actually this whole extra scales pond, we don't need the iron ones in there, do we? So let's get the scales off them. They can all be sold. I've been trying to get that skunk pattern on the axolotls for ages. We could definitely move the cuttlefish out a little bit, spread them out a bit so that we can do more with them. With the leopard pattern on it. Really? Shelab, what you doing? I need one more point to unlock the final shop level. I need 7 more of those. What's that then? Oh, catfish scales. Okay. I could totally do that. That'd be easy. Just feed them all in here. Why is there a cuttlefish in there? Ew. Little stinky cuttlefish. Yeah, there's loads of them in there. What are they even doing in there? Okay, we still didn't manage 8 though, did we? 7. Feed them a bit more and see if anything else comes out. I'd love to get that final bit of shop upgrade. Ooh, that was quite a few blue ones. How close are we now? I don't think we're quite there, but 3 more. 2. Yes, there we are, Cuttlefish Pond. Let's open it up. That's a big one. That's a really big one. Okay. So let's vortex it clean. I'm gonna move all the cuttlefish in there, and then I can use all the ponds that I've already got to breed axolotls in. Surely a pond of this size should be quite large, right? Okay, so let's start knocking these apart. Okay, cool. Vortex that all clean, and then we've got lovely clean ponds. All right, that's pretty cool. That's like 18 without any plants in it, which is great. So I'll move across one of these, one of these, one of these reeds, and one of these lily pads. Oh. It can just slowly grow over time in there. So now I can move all the cuttlefish. I don't need to breed them anymore. I might need their scales for the odd thing, but they can just live in peace and harmony in their little world over there. while I finish working on axolotls. There we are. And we've got empty ponds, which is great. And they should feel a lot calmer in there, hopefully, as well, which is really nice. Just trying to grab as many as I can out of here. We have lots of room for all of these axolotls that have just been patiently waiting down here for ages. Bless them. Bless their little hearts. Okay, so when I have a look at my journal, cuttlefish done, catfish done, jellyfish have 1 to do, and axolotls have quite a bit to do. So I think the lake axolotls need to have a bit of time breeding together. And see if we can get, I think if they breed together, you can get a rusty colored one. So we need that first. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and get that last fish scale. It seems like there's a cuttlefish hiding in there. I can see you. Oh, perfect. Complete that, and that should finish the shop. No, 2 more. 2 more. Okay, I can do that. I love adding more fish to my ponds. Amber jellyfish. And they only want 4. I've got quite a few of them, so I shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think I only have 3, so okay. And maybe more of an issue than I thought. I'm gonna feed these guys a bit. Have you got any of these axolotl scales? I'm sure I do. But maybe not quite just now. So, I think we made a moss one. A couple of moss ones. Wasn't quite what I wanted to do. I was kind of going backwards, but... Oh yeah, lake can make moss. Okay. Moss and rust, so that's all right. Let's move the little baby moss ones into here. Let's feed everybody a bit in here. I'll keep the lake ones. I'm gonna keep feeding you the treat foods. Yeah, and try and get the rusty ones. Cuttlefish, axolotl, jellyfish, catfish. It really is just getting... The jellyfish is so close to being finished. And then I've got certain ponds I need to unlock, so I still need to get some pink and yellow axolotl scales. Feed these guys a bit. This one is red axolotl scales. We need a little bit more, but not much. What kind of scales do you give? Red and green. The rusty ones. No, they give yellow and white. Oh, the iron ones. Okay. I'm going to put my iron one. I only have 1 iron. Oh, no. What would be the best thing to breed you with then to make iron? Maybe one of the ice ones, actually. I'll just see if I can get another iron 1 or 2 out of that so we can get some red scales. We've had another lake one grow. And another moss one, so I'll take the moss one out of there. Gonna put a bit more food in there as well. A little bit more food in there. And now we've sort of sorted the axolotls out. Let's go and see about these jellyfish, which are still not mutating very well. They're making like blue ones all the time and stuff, but I've got a 10% chance on them making the glass one that I need. Let's sell a blue one. And a... I only got one sunflower one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell a gold one. Sad times. Got a couple of scales ready. Nice. Oh, we got the rust axolotl. Very nice. Okay, so after the rust axolotl, moss and rust. Okay, let's have a look. So the moss one can make a bee. And then the rust one together can make raspberry. Okay. Going to... What did you make there? Ah, you made another iron one. I'm going to feed these guys a little bit as well. Feed these guys a little bit. Like I'm running out of ponds. Just going to keep you going. You made a lake one, didn't you? I'm going to grow this rust one up a little bit. I'm going to sell a couple of the lake ones. I don't think we need as many as we have. I do need to like keep breeding them together to try and get the rust one to breed another rust egg. And I need to then breed together 2 moss ones. So how about we move a couple of the moss ones into their own lake? So I can try and get them to breed together and see if we can get them to make whatever it is they're trying to make. What was it? It was a raspberry. So we're looking at raspberry and bee. No, sorry, we're not. We're looking rust and moss together to make raspberry and moss together to make bee. So why was I trying to make a second rust one again? Although I've already succeeded, so that's great. I'm not even sure why I was doing that, to be honest. I thought I needed a second one for a reason. No, I didn't. I just needed to breed it with the moss ones. Okay. Actually, just going to throw them in here. So, yeah, let's do some moss and rust in here. And then moss and moss together after that. Gone a bit overboard with feeding, haven't I? Okay, and then let's see if we're getting anywhere with making glass over here. I don't think we are, to be honest. Still have not made glass. So if I don't manage to make it in here, I'll put these guys into the mutation pond and try and make it over there. Okay, you need a bit more to eat. You need a bit more to eat as well. think we've got another moss egg there, sadly. I just put lots of treats in the water in here, I think. Oh, the cuttlefish are looking so happy, aren't they? Just being left on their own to do their own stuff. Okay, so I need more amber jellyfish as well. Either that or 9 pink axolotl scales. Which will probably come off the raspberry ones or something. So at the moment I can't really upgrade the shop, but I don't really have enough money to do it anyway. They have made another rust egg. Great, well done. Just what I needed you to do. Over here they've made like hundreds of moss eggs again. I am not having much luck with the bee or the raspberry that I'm trying to make. Just gonna snag that one out of there. Oh, so many moss eggs. Really? Make a bee. I'm right in what I'm thinking there, aren't I? Oh, a raspberry. Make a raspberry. Make a raspberry one. Now. Right now. And they made another moss egg. Stop it. Might have to sell some of these moss ones. Oh, there's another pond ready to be unlocked up here. Lovely. I will purchase that. And I will vortex the stuff away. I love my pond cleaner thing. And then I shall vortex it away some more. Lovely. Right, let's make it pretty. Put a reed in there. I'll put a bush in there. I'll put a plant in there. And this one has increased eggs, so that's nice. Raspberry axolotl discovered. It's always when I'm not looking, isn't it? Okay, so then it's what? It was moss and moss, wasn't it? To make a bee. Yeah. So let's get the... Let's move the raspberry ones. And the rust ones out. And then I need some more moss ones, which we have plenty of, to be fair. Let's get them to start producing together. What can we get in the shop now? So I could get like the rotilla plant, which would allow me a bit more fish capacity. I could get the salvinia plant, which would allow more capacity, and then the algae wafer. I still haven't got the pellets, you know? I'm going to purchase pellets. I want to see what they do. I'm not really sure if they make a difference at all. So we're just now looking for a bee axolotl. That's the only one left to get. And then it really is just a case of getting this final jellyfish. So once they've made their bee one, I'll be getting the jellyfish back in here. And then I feel like I've pretty much done everything I can. Like, that's a vortex just to remove objects again. Hey, we did it. Yes, we've got a bee axolotl. So let's move all the axolotls into various axolotl ponds. And then they can stop having to... They can just stop. And that'll be lovely. And then we're going to bring over the jellyfish so we can try and get our glass jellyfish. Because it's honestly the very last thing we have to do. Other than maybe trying to unlock ponds. But, you know, I'm quite happy, I think. Even if I don't have... Oh, actually, I can unlock this one as well, I think. Yeah. So I think I may as well just do that quickly. We're on 3 hours and 10. I will split this in half. We'll have 2 days worth of it. Or 1 day with 2 parts or something. Whatever. So vortex that. I do feel like I've got enough ponds now, though. Look at this. How much we did. I love it. I love it so much. I love this game so much. So I need pink and yellow axolotl scales for that. And I imagine that for that I'm going to need... Okay, so let's just move these over. It's definitely those I needed to get the mutations. So let's just feed them some pellets and stuff. And put some of these in. And they can do their thing. And this pond is empty now, so I can put some amber jellyfish in here and get them to breed. So I've got enough for my little quest now, which is quite nice. Because up until now, I've had to choose between breeding things and... Right, so we've got the gold catfish, the gold jellyfish, the gold axolotl, and the gold cuttlefish. Lovely. We're just wanting that final jellyfish. So they made a sunflower one. Of course they did. Honestly, if they don't make what I want, I'm just going to sell the egg. Common petal, common glacier. So normally it would say on it that it had a mutation. So we're looking for it to be glass. Jellyfish seem to breed quite swiftly though, which is quite nice. Common sunflower. I'm just going to leave them to it for a bit and I'll come back and do a bit of selling. I'm just going to have a look at what we need for this. So 10 yellow, 10 pink. So let's see who does what scale type. The bee does yellow and black, and the raspberry does pink. Okay, so do we have a spare pond anywhere? Not really. So what I'm thinking of doing is moving some of them. So I'll move my rust one. Move them all into here. And then have the bee and the raspberry ones. A few of them now, actually. Got 2 bees and a raspberry in there. I'm sure I had another raspberry in here. Maybe not, though. So let's feed them. Maybe it's only 1 bee and 1 raspberry I've got. I'll breed them together, though. And then we can try and get their scales. How are we doing here for our glass jellyfish? Not very well, are we? fill their pond with treats and see what happens. But it'll fill out the journal the second you have the egg. So I'm just going to leave it on here. And that's the glass jellyfish. It's just not doing what I want it to do. Some pellets into their pond. Got a spare pond up here, actually. Pop a couple of axolotl in there. There's way too many. Oh, look at that. Perfect. All right. So now we definitely have enough of these. And that should allow me to upgrade the shop, should it? No, not quite. Okay. So I want some pink axolotl scales. I'm going to try and do whatever else comes in instead of that, because that's... Pink axolotl scales are what we need for everything now, basically. Oh, cool. We got loads of raspberries, but we're struggling a bit for bees. Oh, then there's another bee as well. Okay, perfect. This is my pink and yellow axolotl pond. And this is doing great, actually. This, however, this endeavor for the glass jellyfish is not going well. Definitely was these guys, wasn't it? 100% was, right? Glass pattern. Yeah, petal and petal. 15% chance. We've just been really unlucky. Oh, brilliant. This is going well. This is going super well. And making loads of raspberry ones, loads of bee ones. Lots of pink and yellow petals going on. In fact, I will complete this because I'm going to have a lot of pink petals. That's my shop at its final level. Lovely. So I've got 3 pink and 0 yellow. But that's okay. We'll get there. So I'm just going to feed them up. And then I'll sell any ones that look like they're big, fat adults. I might make mistakes in what I sell sometimes. I think one of those bee ones has had... I think it was that one. Plenty of pink scales now. How much does it cost for this pond? If I have enough, 2,500. So actually I do, yes. I just need 6 more yellow scales. Feed them a little bit. Feed them a little bit more because there's some baby ones to grow up there. I don't think we need too many more. 4 more. 4 more yellow scales. Right, so while we're waiting for the yellow scales, how are we doing over here? Pretty terribly, probably. But now I only have one thing to do. It shouldn't be as bad. Just feed them up and I'll see if any... Give me their scales. Come on. Oh, that'll be it. That gave me loads. Yes, yes, yes. Final pond. So I'll give that a little tidy up. Just slowly. I feel like this is meant to be a big axolotl pond, honestly. Hey, we got it. Finally. We finished it. So the glass pattern, jellyfish. I'm just going to sort the pond out up here while I... While I wait for that egg to hatch, so we can have a little look at what a glass pattern looks like. And then I'm going to finish there, I guess. Could try and buy this as well, but I don't think there's actually a need for it, to be honest. Once you buy the vortex thinger, you don't really need the rest. Okay, that's all nice and beautiful. It's another 18 big pond. So I probably would throw a few bits and bobs of things to make it bigger and better there. Let's go and see my glass jellyfish, but I don't think we need to do too much more now. In the shop, I could buy some extra things to make my ponds have more if I wanted to. And I could get the algae wafer. I'm guessing that like maybe the different food types are, it doesn't really say what they do and how they make a difference. I don't know if anything, no, nothing in the guide really says much about it, but I'm guessing that maybe you can overfeed without creating as much algae or something like that, possibly. So let's go and have a chat with glass jellyfish. I want to see what it looks like. I can't really see it, so I'm gonna have to scan for it, I think. The common one. Common. Actually, oh no, I should have done it while common petal, sunflower, common. It'll be one of the babies. Oh, here we are, got it. This one here. Tell some of the adults around it so we can see it better. That's the glass one. I'm gonna feed it a bit. We can see what it looks like when it grows up. And then we have gotten all the different types of fish that are available in the demo. The glass one just looks like it's a little bit more, a little bit deeper in the water or something, you know? Doesn't give any particular different scales or anything. It's just a different look to it. But I wanted to get them all done. So we have done what I wanted to do for the demo. We have gotten all the different fishes unlocked. And I had such an amazing time doing it. I really, really enjoyed that. So I hope you did too. This will be a two-parter, I think, at this point, because it's run on quite long. But I don't really care. I think we had an amazing time. I've just really, really enjoyed myself. And so we have unlocked, just to show you finally, we unlocked all the ponds. if we really wanted to be very completionist about it, we could unlock the other vortex, and we could unlock a couple of bits and bobs in the shop and one new food. But I think we've done as much as I want to do for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, please subscribe. I'll let you know when videos are out. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.